everybody. I'm your favorite fabulous fairy, and you're watching The Conversation Stash. I am here with Chris Casner, AKA Captain Asshole, and Bear, and we're here to talk about Wasteland weekend. So, Captain Asshole, as you light your stogie there.
Let's get wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
What is the Wasteland weekend?
Oh man, that's a hard question. Always is. All right, so I guess Wasteland weekend is just like, I guess 4-day. Gosh, it's like a 4-day camping costume party in the desert. So it's like everybody's themed out. So there's music, but it's not really a music festival. There's live entertainment, but it's more like a Ren festival. It's like a Renaissance festival, but the theme is entirely Mad Max, Fallout, post-apocalyptic.
So it's like a giant movie set.
Yes, it feels a lot like a movie set, but when you like walk behind it, there's no cameras and there's no set. There's just more campsite and more people hanging out.
Oh wow!
So
it's an all-encompassing, like, basically LARPing kind of thing? Is that what it is? Live action role play almost?
It feels like that while you're there, because you definitely kind of lose track of like what normal feels like after a couple of days. Because everything is in theme. Like everybody's wearing costumes in theme. Not all the campsites, but the areas where you're partying a lot of the time are in theme. There's the entire themed area, and even campsites outside of that. But there's like not required role play. And years leading up to like the last 2 years, role play was really hard to find. You just see people in costume, and you know they would look exactly like their characters and look to the T. And you know we'd be kind of joking around, but mostly they're there just to hang out and really just to chill. Last 2 years, I think, and last year especially, quests have been popping up and more involvement, more and more people joining from younger crowds and from like Fallout games and stuff like that, where it's getting more popularity outside of just the movies. And so there's more creativity, I think, coming in where people are actually starting to role play. And
wow.
Yeah, so like it's not a LARP by any sense, but last year we absolutely were going to steal nuclear codes from a tribe while we were trying to find out where it was for them, and then we were going to sell it to the highest bidder for bottle caps, and then I don't know, just celebrate our douchebaggery.
That sounds pretty
We didn't
great.
steal it because we found out it was in a safe in the Last Chance Casino, and you cannot rob the Last Chance Casino without crossing certain people's paths. You don't want to. So we want to get permission to try to do it, but if we do, we'll probably have to lose.
Oh my gosh. So it's not like a required, like, this is the activities that you must do while you're here. It's just kind of like, come bring your apocalyptic self and enjoy.
Yeah, just come as you are, wear a costume, bring some alcohol, like whatever, and because they got the bar there, donate the bar, get drinks back. It's a great way to, that's like the great way to meet people, yeah.
If you donate at the bar, you get drinks back?
And it's awesome. They do like all like post-apocalyptic and themed drinks. There's go-go dancers on the bars, and there's like no excuse not to go to the bar at least once. It's a great reason to get at a campsite and stuff like that. But
wow.
yeah. So
post-apocalyptic go-go dancers?
Yeah, there's
lots of them. What do you think about that, Bear?
I don't know. Are they in like scuba gear or something ridiculous?
Oh my god, that'd be so good. So I mean, sometimes I think there might be one.
Gas masks going on?
Gas masks, absolutely.
And like a thong or what?
Well,
what's a go-go dancer from the future look like in the apocalypse?
Like, there's so many different like dancers actually at Wasteland as entertainers. Typically, the policy of Wasteland is basically been anytime you have a band on stage, they do their set, and then you have the intermission while they're getting off stage and getting set up. So then they'll do like a burlesque show in between the sets, and that brings in crowds again. So right before they're ready, they get the next band ready. The next band's in the back getting ready to set up. They bring out the burlesque show. There's a large number of like professional performers that go out there and do it, and they do a lot of crazy ones. I can't, like, one of them last year, 2 years ago maybe. I think it was 2 years ago. A person busted out of a human-sized egg, like covered in like black tar, and then like busted out wings and stuff. It was super crazy. So,
go ahead.
And then
go ahead.
so
hold on. We got a sidebar for just a moment. Tell him why you said eggs like that. Tell him.
We watched some documentary of this lady. She's like a yogi. She's doing tantric yoga, and she just was convinced that if you stuffed a jade egg up your vajayjay,
like a good size egg,
you'd go to a different dimension. So,
and for a nominal fee, you too can have a jade egg up your vajayjay.
Hey.
Eggs.
my gosh.
Forever eggs will be never the same.
Mm.
So I gotta know, how long have you personally been doing Wasteland Weekend?
I don't remember. I want to say, I think it's been 6 years.
Oh, you have those batches.
I bought them last year.
2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow.
Is that 6? I don't count.
11?
From 2011.
No, it's. Oh shit! Is it 7 years? Oh fuck.
From
So-
2011 to 2017. That's cool. He's got like little arm
Yeah,
badges.
these things are awesome, by the way. Totally recommend if you go to Wasteland to get them. They have like their top patch here. It's sold at the actual.
I'll get a zoom in of that. Don't worry, I'll show you guys.
Yeah,
all.
yeah, and they have on the website and command center, like actual area, and they sell like the patch, and then you can buy rockers for every year they're out there.
Wow, that's so cool.
I had to catch up last year because I didn't know they had them until like last year. It was like I had spent like $60 on patches, but it was worth it. It was worth it.
No, they look cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 7 years though, so it'll be my 8th year.
So how
That's
did you find Wasteland? Like, I've got to admit, I've known you from Hobbs Grove for a few years now, and this is how
Yeah.
you dress all the time. This isn't like a Wasteland get up, so I feel like Wasteland is you. I'm all like, Wasteland is you. I mean, he lives in a house, people, but I mean, this is the attire.
I don't live here normally.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll spend the night out here if it's like we got a guest over.
Yeah.
Especially Papa Bear from the Dustwalkers, Tribe Leader. He'll come out here and we'll do sessions and we'll drink beer, set the bar, and we'll set out cots and we'll just spend the night out. But yeah, no, I always do the yeah, no, this is I discovered Wasteland because I was making clothes that were Wasteland themed, and then accidentally found pictures of Wasteland while looking for pictures of like clothing to find
You're
it.
like, there's people like me.
Yeah, no, it was like the weirdest discovery because it was like I built like one where it had like a thing because I like watched Mad Max. I'm like, that's a cool movie. I like how he had like his thing, and I'm like a sick fucking punk vest. So I'm like, I'm gonna fucking make a Mad Max punk vest, and it was really fucking popular. People were like, that's a fucking awesome vest. And I was like, thanks, yeah, and like, yeah, I just liked it. And then like one of my family members asked me to make them a post-apocalyptic outfit for a party that was a post-apocalyptic theme. So I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. And I started looking up stuff. And when I looked up the photos, that's when I found it was a bus load of people all like standing and decked out like on top of it with weapons and shit like that. And I was like, this is pretty cool. Look at all these great costumes. And I'm like, wait, this is a gathering of people. What is this? It clicked and it was fucking like Wasteland Weekend. That was its like first year as Wasteland Weekend, and like discovered like the tickets were on sale for at that time fucking $50 for fucking tickets, and it was in fucking the Mojave Desert, like 8 hours south. So
Wow.
like, a week later I had tickets and so did all my friends.
No shit,
We
though.
were like,
That
oh
was
fuck,
fun.
okay. Yeah.
Man.
It's a little bit more these days, but it's also like twice as long now. So
how did you actually become Captain Asshole?
that was last year's kind of thing, I guess. Because I never had a nickname at Wasteland Weekend. I'd go by the nickname N a lot. Because it was like my D&D nickname and what I'd use like video games and stuff. But it wasn't until last year that like I just kind of revealed like another D&D character's name that was Captain Asshole.
Nice.
And that character was kind of cool. He was just a douchebag. He specialized in throwing mugs at people that would bounce off of them and come back. He could pick up any object, use it as a thrown boomerang. So he would just go to bars and drink, and if people picked fights, he would just throw everything on the counter at them until they died, and he would catch it. But anyway, yeah, so I started using that name last year. Everybody loved it. And then I went to the Ghoulcrest Lounge and did the entire bounty thing. Oh, fuck, I'm not wearing my tie. Anyway. So you do it, and did the entire initiation into the fraternity, which was fucking sweet. And then I've been using Captain Asshole that year, put it on my gear and stuff like that. And then when it came time to sign, they have a leather-bound book where they get the signature of every member of the Ghoulcrest Lounge Hunting Club. And I signed it as Captain Asshole.
Wow.
So that solidified it. I was like, all right, it's done. I'm Captain Asshole now. Like,
Forever.
yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, there's no going back anymore. Like I am now just Captain Asshole. And then I sent a love letter to Jared Butler, one of the guys that runs the event. He had just received some mail from the event that year that was basically hate mail or just like shit mail. And I felt so bad, so I went around the command center and like signed it like "We love you" and all the shit you do. Signed it like XOXO and Captain Asshole and shit like that. So yeah, I started really embracing the name for the first time too. So
Man, that sounds great. Captain Asshole. So what was that club you were talking about for everybody who doesn't know anything about Wasteland
The
Weekend?
Ghoulcrest Lounge?
so it's the Ghoulcrest hunting club, and they have I guess it started out as just a cigar lounge. Basically, its first year out there, they had a keg they buried underground, had a little booth like no bigger than this, but it was pretty nice. I had to set up, sign up that said Ghoulcrest Hunting Club, and they had a bartender there, and they were inviting people in. You'd walk inside, and they would just bullshit with you. They liked you, just like everybody, usually if you're cool, whatever, and they give you cigars. They're nice cigars. They give you beer, and you would just get free beer and cigars from this place.
Wow.
And that's how they started. Then they expanded. Now the last 2 years, I think, or last year, they had an entire building. So it's like actually like a structure. So you get out of the sun, you get out of the wind, all of that environment, and they have a vault door that actually closes up on the front, and they even have bouncers and everything like that. So,
wow.
like, legitimately, if you're not a member of the club, you cannot get in. So it's a great place to get away from things. It's considered, in a sense, one of the safer spaces at Wasteland Weekend. So if you are looking to get away from an asshole, it is a place where you can get someone to vouch for you, or you can just, if you've got membership there, you just walk in there and
Membership.
So yeah, the membership is you just go in there and you have to tell them a story about a bounty hunting mission. The bounty hunting is run by the Rust Devils, a different tribe. So it's like kind of intertribal cooperation. And they're a group, you can find them on Facebook, and they do bounty hunting, which is one of the coolest fucking things that you can do at Wasteland Weekend. And they have a bounty board up there, and you go to the event, you go in line at the themed area, like at their camp. You go inside to their booth, they get a photo of you and your gear. They then send you to the bounty boards, you pick your fucking target, and you go out into the wasteland with this fucking, like, in-themed bounty fucking photo of this person, hunt him down for his, basically, finger. They give you a little finger that you have. And you basically play rock, paper, scissors, whatever challenge your target kind of issues. If they want you in, like, a beer chugging competition, if you don't drink beer, they can settle for something else, whatever it is you do. And you get their finger, bring it back, and you get bottle caps or whatever rewards. Yeah, and then if you succeed, or if you fail even, you just take your story and proof that you did it. They'll give you a bounty hunting little token from the booth.
I love it.
Yeah, and you take it to the bar. You tell the bar the story. They require you to tell the entire bar the tale.
Yeah.
And if the bartender decides he likes your story, he'll grant you membership to the lodge.
I want to do it.
Yeah,
I want to bounty hunt somebody and get a finger and some assassination membership going on.
It's awesome. And you get membership. They give you a tie. Everyone gives you a huzzah. You sign your name in the book. You get access to the club, which means you get to go inside of it, where there's places to sit. It's pretty crowded a lot of the time. You have to stand or something. You might have to wait, but hey, it's worth it. And you can just sit down, chill out. They'll have cigars there. You don't abuse it. Maybe share one with your friend or something like that. But they'll have some really nice cigars there.
Okay, he flew away.
He's all right.
I'm it was just heading towards your ear. And I was like, he was cool. He was a scarf companion, but
yeah, until he lives inside your ear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a fraternity of bounty hunters basically, and you just go there, and they'll serve you drinks. They're always looking for, like, if you want to donate some alcohol, if you want to donate some ties. They need more ties all the time. That's a sign of membership. Another important note: if you don't wear the tie, you can't get in. Nice. Even if you're a member, they won't let you in without the tie. The bouncers will turn you away at the door, which is what makes it a good place to go. And you'll find like some of the higher up people in Wasteland staff. They go there kind of because it's a good place to escape from. If you don't go out and have fun, if you're not willing to participate, then you don't get in. So you only find the people who are willing to really engage and not be assholes. And
despite the name Captain Asshole.
Yeah, no, exactly. They still let me in there, but and then if there are assholes in there,
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the rule is don't be an
asshole.
asshole.
I can still get in then. All right.
Yeah, I think you'd be the right kind of asshole. You come up with a story.
Yeah, and see, as a captain of assholes, my thing is that I'm not really acting as an asshole. I'm just the captain of them, so I just tell them to fuck off.
There you go.
I'm in charge of ordering the assholes. But yeah, no, and if there are assholes in there, they've had people leave. before, like not necessarily like physical fights, but they've definitely asked people to leave, and you know, there's like normal security on site, so it's one of the places where very, very cool, very chill all the time.
Yeah.
So,
epic.
yeah, it's one of my favorite places to hang out at Wasteland.
So, what are some of the must-haves for first-timers? Like, if you were going for the first time, what's something you want to know that you have with you?
All right. So there's a lot of like basics covered on the website for that. Absolutely. Like, there's a lot of videos that do a pretty good job of explaining kind of what you'd want.
So
for
it's
your
kind of
first time.
extensive. It's enough to watch a video on.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then like if you, but I mean, I'll say it anyway. But basically, the first things you're going to do is like it's basically you want to be self-sufficient.
Okay.
So you're going to make sure that if you're going, you want to make sure that you have, first of all, enough water.
You probably want way more water than you think you need.
Yes, absolutely. Like, I can't remember what the number is. If you like Google the amount of water that you need to drink, like per like whatever in like that environment, just bring that. And then you'll probably be fine. Bring food. You know, obviously there's not a lot for sale at the event. You'll probably eat less than you think, but always bring enough for your normal diet. You know, then there's not going to be any shade there and not really any cover from like the wind necessarily. There are in camps when you're walking around and stuff, but if you're going out there for the first time, especially got a group of friends, bring shade.
Okay.
Bring
so get yourself a
shade.
10 by 10 or something.
Yeah,
some
something
sort of-
like that. And if you do bring shade, hopefully you bring shade, bring something to attach it to the ground securely, because the wind's going to be strong out there for sure. And if it's not like camo netting or something like that, if it's just like a carport, I've seen this fly away like kites.
Okay.
Winds get strong in the Mojave Desert.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, right? But no,
With no obstacles to stop them, they just pick up at speed.
I was talking shit because it was last. I think it was
She
last
is
year.
right now.
No, yeah, exactly. I think it was like, oh man, I think it was last year they got hit by, or 2 years ago they hit by like a great Wasteland dust storm or a windstorm. We got there like a little bit, like a day late or something like that. I think it was 2 years ago, and like 100 campsites were flattened. And we were just kind of looked around like, so what happened? We were like, oh, we got winds at 60 miles an hour. You're like,
Oh, wow.
that's normal, you know, like what happened, you know? They got gusts that were stronger than that, I guess, but we were still like, yeah. So secure your stuff. They weren't used to the winds picking up, but yeah. So you know, you
That's
went,
intense.
yeah, no, and yeah, there was, yeah, our first year out there, we had parachutes and stuff like that, and one of the parachute like walls that was it smashed our tent because the wind blew it into the ground, like. Yeah, no, well, we even had the wind pull a T-post out of the ground, like one of these ones, out of the
wow.
parachute and like dance it around our campsite.
That's dangerous.
It almost stabbed people. It almost pulled the piercing out of one of our comrades' ears. It was exciting. Yeah, so, you know, like a T-post can get pulled out of the ground if it's attached to a parachute at Wasteland. So just remember, like, you want to have airflow in it, you know, and parachutes aren't good cover.
Maybe just don't use parachutes.
No, they're not UV proof, so you'll get a sunburn and it'll catch the wind. So you lose.
So there's a
All over.
multitude of reasons just not to use.
Yeah, a parachute is literally the only place you can get like a sunburn in the shade. It sucks. It's a good teepee for the rain, as long as you don't touch it while it's raining. So it's still like...
So it sucks. Just don't use it for winter or camping or sun.
Yeah,
or...
exactly. Actually, the only thing that I've seen that's good for a parachute so far is if you use it to cover or disguise your car. So, like, if you have, like, a car that's not in theme and you want to set up in a theme zone and something like that, and you need something to really, like, cover the fact that you have a nice car that you don't want to mess with, you can drape it over that and then maybe throw a little bit more of, like, dirty fabric here and there on it and pin that down, even park on top of it somehow, or close it up in the doors and something like that. And that's going to go a long way. It's still going to, like, bake the inside of your car. It's going to happen anyway, so... stuff like that. And then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like the main things. Oh, costumes. Just go for it. It's easy. I don't know.
Toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Okay, so, right. Oh, man, I got all sorts of good tips like that. I've been there. All right. So, some cool things like that for, like, costumes and, like personal things. Bring, like, hand sanitizers.
Wait. Hand sanitizer costumes?
No, but hand sanitizers on the costumes. They'll have hand sanitizer there at the booths, like at the stations. They will run out, and you will be sad when you have to use the public bathrooms and there's no hand sanitizer because they're just portos. So always have some at your camp. Always have rolls of toilet paper at your camp. bring wet wipes. Bring like the really nice conditioning wet wipes for babies.
Nice.
For little baby men, because that's going to be you in a few days after no showers and lots of shitting, you know. It's gonna suck. I learned basically that like you want to basically have the ability to take what you call wasteland showers. So if you don't have, yeah, exactly.
You know what a hoe bath is? There you go.
That's it, yeah.
Sponges.
So yeah, sponges use like wet wipes.
Sponges.
But like wet wipes are awesome because that honestly is one of your best options, because if you're not have the option for regular bathing or whatever else, if you're not feeling good at Wasteland, so whatever else, always have that on hand. Literally when you use the restrooms. And then baby powder is fucking amazing for both like feet wear and stuff like that. Like my feet will sweat in costume and stuff like that, and like you'll sweat in costume and be sweaty out there. You'll have chafing, sometimes like armor bits that you didn't expect or whatever else. So always have like some baby powder to put on just for bits here and there, because that's always saved my ass too. Yeah. Literally saved my ass in that case too. Yeah.
Man.
So
metaphorically, literally.
Yeah. I have like little like assless chaps, and oh my god, like that's they're just it's nice. Mostly the feet though. The feet are the best. And then and then things for like taking care of yourself out there. I use Pedialyte. To stay hydrated.
For hydration,
yeah, and then it's good because you want to stay hydrated. Use that with lots of water too. And any kind of like electrolyte or booster like that to keep your keep yourself going. I bring like V8s and stuff like that too. And then things like bring like maybe like anti-diarrheal tablets. Bring things like headphone or like earplugs if you have trouble sleeping at night if it's loud. Anything like that, and just sort of like, you know, aspirin, Tylenol, anything you need, sort of as a personal first aid kit. They have a lot of things there, but you don't want to get caught, you know, with like a stomach thing. Like my first year, my stomach killed me for like 2 days, so I didn't even get to drink beer my first Wasteland weekend because my stomach never stopped bothering me to the point where like I felt comfortable.
So act like it really is the apocalypse and pack like your provisions that you would
need. Yeah.
Is there anything in the apocalypse that you did not expect that you would need?
You know, at Wasteland, a lot of the like self-care things and the value of wet wipes, I never expected that.
The value of wet wipes?
No, I did not expect them to be as important as they are. Oh my god. And then
probably need way more than you'd ever need.
Yeah. Oh, maybe ice or something like that. I don't know. Oh, you know, see, that's another thing is bicycles is catching my by surprise, too, because it's getting bigger and mobility, being able to get around.
Aren't you jumping in that anyway?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like you have a whole bike game. So.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing that like I kind of figured would be cool, because you kind of see that in some pictures and stuff like that. But
they're like art bikes.
Yeah, like fully like decked out like
apocalyptic art bikes.
Yeah, so they're like fully functional, but they're also pre-themed out, and not just themed out though, but also like designed to be, you know, optimized for like Wasteland. So like solar panel chargers for cell phones and speakers, and fucking like ice chests, so you can carry your beer around with you or your fucking snacks with you. Storage containers, because you're gonna pick up fucking swag while you're out in the Wasteland. You're gonna go out and buy loot. Like, there's a lot of cool things out of Bartertown. Oh yeah, I guess that's one thing that surprised me. The need for real money in the fucking apocalypse. So Wasteland Weekend, there is a real...
Money has value.
Yeah, right? I mean, well, you think of the apocalypse...
No governments, and then the money has a value?
Yeah, these fucking...
What heresy is this?
The bastards there, they bring in these things and asking for the old world money. And, you know, fuck. But yeah. No,
so bring money if you want cool stuff.
Yeah, there's lots of souvenirs there. Barter system is also something that catches me by surprise. Totally fun, and I forget about. Bring something that you make yourself or something that you would be willing to part with. Participate in bartering. Just go out and be like, that looks cool, or go to the vendors, because they're selling some things and they're also bartering some things, because they're also craftsmen that can make something after what you offer them. So if they like what you're offering them and they think it's a fair trade, then you get to trade that item for that item, and you get to add that to your collection, and then it just feels that much cooler because it's in theme, you know. You're just in your costume in a fucking in a fucking barter town that's all in like the entire sales area is in theme. And then the guy's in costume, and you're you're bartering things that are in theme, and you're just like, the whole thing, it completely removes you from reality.
That seems fun.
Yeah, even though you're actually getting real things. So.
I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Another one of the things that's totally recommended to do.
What kind of stuff's on those bikes?
Basically just that.
Solar stuff, but then like
So-
what kind of Art Deco stuff?
So the Art Decos, there isn't a lot of them done yet, but they're gonna change around from bike to bike is the idea. Hopefully, like each bike has their own theme. I was thinking about doing one that's like maybe like an NCR bike, but I know there's a lot of hate for the NCR, you know.
What's NCR for people who don't know?
New California Republic from Fallout 4.
Okay.
And I was thinking something like that, but then I was thinking maybe do like a courier bike because they have a mail service there. Make a specific mail post-apocalyptic delivery bike. So like the basket on the back's gonna be a mailbox,
Awesome.
and then like a little flag off that and stuff like that.
A mail service?
Yeah, so
I could deliver packages.
You can, and it's a real post office, so you can send them to anywhere in the world as long as you can afford the postage. So you can send. They have their own. They set up a real post office there temporarily, and then they set up their own radio station as well, all registered. And so from there you can get their own actual what are those things are called, the cards with pictures on them. Postcards. They have Wasteland weekend themed postcards that you can buy from there and then send to people who were unfortunate enough not to make it that year, and then you're making fun of them for being like, look where you're not fucking at, asshole. And and then you can actually use that same post service to send things to people at the event.
Wow.
And that's how we sent the love letter to Jared, was we sent it to the post office. So
They find him.
yeah. We send it to the post office, and then they sent it there, and they deliver it with people. And that's one of the jobs you can do there. You can just walk up to the post office and say, I want to be a courier, and then you can start delivering mail, and you can get rewards for it, including tokens. And I'm pretty sure I've seen people, I don't know if they've done Ghoulcrest, but they've definitely gotten some really nice, like, limited edition bottle caps or collectible kind of things.
Nice.
And then you can get things, I think they had weapons there as well. So you can keep doing jobs for them and delivering it. And it's a great way to meet people. Because then if you're, like, mobbing around, like, delivering cool shit to people inside the event, you get to meet them. Last year I had a great friend from England, Ian, known as the Rousty Doaf. And he was one of the best couriers out there. And that guy was delivering mail like fucking non-stop. And people knew him all across Wasteland as the guy that was delivering mail.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so he actually, his first year, he made a name for himself being a courier. And, like Fallout New Vegas starts out with a courier. He's a guy that's delivering a package that gets him shot, basically. So, spoiler, but it's the start. So it's
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a great way to do that. So I was thinking like doing, doing like incorporating a theme like that, doing another one with like we're gonna do like skulls on the front of it, and then like
there's different things too. Like there's one that's like a bar bike. We have one that's like going to be it's got its own shade that comes up. All of them are going to have some sort of lighting for nighttime so you don't get ran over. He does a lot of custom work and custom build bikes too, and starting price on those is around $300. We work with some people. If you have certain custom orders, we've got one that's around $200, $250, but really you get what you pay for, and these are amazing things. They're not only functional, but they look freaking amazing, and they really help you get from one end of Wasteland to the other, and they help you feel like, oh wow, I'm part of something. I've got all of my gear that I need right here. I'm ready. Because if you feel like you're going to carry around your gallon of water from one end to the other, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not going to get very far if you're on 2 feet.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I definitely learned is like, because like I have like a set of armor that I would wear in the daytime, and then I would carry like a water bottle on it, then another thing of electrolytes, and then I'd carry my beer on it in the backpack, and then I'd carry a weapon along with it, and then I would carry along just a few other things, and then I'd pick up things in there. And pretty soon, I'd set up enough things so I could walk around the Wasteland for a good several hours. But to do that, I would wear a bunch of stuff. You don't have to do it that way, but like I definitely found myself carrying a bunch of stuff, and then with the bike, that
definitely helps.
Oh, it's amazing because now you can get across the event like that. like it was way more useful than I thought. And it's not like motorized necessarily, like you'd see like the motorcycles or the other vehicles. So it's not as glorious necessarily. You're not necessarily going shining and chrome to Valhalla on a bicycle. You strap C4 to it, and I say that's fucking good to go though. Like Thunderstick on a bike's still gonna fuck somebody up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no strapping C4. That's not endorsed.
Are there chrome heads there?
Yeah.
Like chromatics.
Well, oh shit, yeah. You guys seen the Fury Road movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they've got we have a whole there's a whole staff of fucking war boys out there, Morton Joe's out there and shit. So yeah, no, they've got.
They do silver icing spray paint. And
yeah, that's what they use.
Yeah.
So
yeah, silver icing. By the way, if you want that look, that's like a really non-toxic, easy way to get that effect.
Yeah, exactly. It's something. Yeah, you don't. You don't want to.
No, you need spray paint.
Yeah, especially not like the chrome spray paint. That's gonna fuck you up.
I gotta ask, what is like the must-see? If there's one thing that you had to do while you're there, what is the one thing you'd say go do if you're at Wasteland weekend?
All right, so there's a couple of things I'd say you'd have to see, but you got a couple of days. So,
let's say I showed up with 1 day.
1 day?
I know how dumb that sounds.
That's a good question.
No,
apparently.
Oh God, you fucked up.
It's probably stupid.
That's like saying you're gonna die in a week. Like, fuck. It's not that bad, but damn. Yeah. Okay.
Let's say I got level 4 terminal brain cancer and I'm dying literally tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. So you show up at Wasteland in that condition. I'm gonna point you straight to the theme zone. You're gonna park your goddamn car and go straight to the themed area and go straight to the bar as soon as it's dark. Because that's when they're going to open it. I don't know if they have the time. They actually have an itinerary, actually, you can look up now. And start there. Start at the bar, get your free goddamn drink, bring your own cup. That's another fucking thing I always forget.
Bring your own cup.
Bring your own cup because you need it. You can get them while you're there, but make your own, make it Wasteland, make it cool. And go to the bar with your cup, donate alcohol if you can, because that's they serve free alcohol, but it's only because they get it donated. And then that way, so get your drink. It's going to be in theme. It's going to be awesome. You're going to be in line with a bunch of other people waiting to get the drinks. It's a great time to meet people. And then right there from the bar, you can see fucking everything. So if you just go straight to the bar, like from there, like it wouldn't necessarily be the one thing that you see, but from the bar, you could see everything else. And you could see things going on the stage while standing next to the bar. You could see the fights at the Thunderdome happening from the bar. You could see a few other events I can't remember exactly, but it has a very central location where it's empty space around it, and you could just stand at the bar for hours.
He's crying because of his stick. He has an obsession with a stick.
I'm sorry, bud.
He keeps eating the stick and making the stick smaller and smaller and smaller.
He's gonna put it back in the thing.
He's gonna put it back in there because he wants somebody to physically pick it out and throw it for him.
Hey, Coop, what if I give you a different stick? That
I was looking for a stick earlier. We need, with all this stuff, you think we'd have a better stick for the dog. But...
There you go.
All right, so what's something that you would avoid at Wasteland weekend?
Avoid at Wasteland weekend.
I mean, you kind of already said that. Excuse my voice. You kind of already said the cover not being something that's gonna cause you sunburn, but I mean
parachutes. You said.
Parachute,
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
But is there something else that you would avoid if you would be like, oh, that's a great idea, and then you get there and you're like, this was a horrible idea?
Oh yeah. So one thing to watch out for, I guess, is heavy costumes. I would be.
Okay.
I have some still, and that costume is strictly for like wearing for a few hours and then putting it away.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Like showing up to an event at the party.
Yeah. Exactly. So don't be careful with the weight of the costume. You can wear a heavy costume because you've got the strength to do it. Go for it. Just know, and then don't wait to wear your costume for the first time when you get there.
Try to see how much you like it because it might be uncomfortable and you might be like, screw this.
Yeah.
I need something different, and you don't want to already be stuck there with your one costume and you're sweltering in this like heavy thing.
Yeah. So and then I guess
that leads me into actually to dress code. What is the dress code? Like, do you have to be in costume?
So, I've heard, I would say, conflicting reports. I shouldn't say that, I guess, but the official word is, I guess, that yes, you're supposed to be in costume at all times. The understanding that I have, though, is that you don't have to be in costume while you're in your own camp if you're not in the themed zone.
Okay.
If you're in the general camping area, you can wear whatever you want in your campsite because you're in an unthemed campsite, so no one cares. when you're walking out and about Wasteland, if you're walking around the general camping area, don't really have to be in costume. You know, if you're walking from your campsite to the bathroom, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. If you're going from one friend's campsite.
Why are you there though?
Also that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't have any items that I wear that don't look like they're in costume, because I will build base layers that look like they're in theme. So, you know, even when I, like, step out in my pajamas, they're in theme.
That's cool.
Yeah, the Wasteland robe.
We do similar when we go do his, what do you call it, the one that you do again?
Belgarth.
Belgarth. When we do that, we dress like, well...
Speaking of LARP, though, is there combat?
There is. Yes. There is combat they have there that's actual full contact combat, where they have armor and weaponry. The weaponry isn't designed necessarily to kill anybody, but they definitely are, it is definitely contact, so they're definitely bashing each other until the other one gives up. And this, I don't remember what the name of that one is right now, but it is, they're... I just remember them as the Gladiators. They're an awesome show. They have their own smaller arena, and they're like trained people at this one. And so they actually do it. They actually fight until they give up, so you can really get into it. Mr. Cool.
Over. There's a stick right.
The other fighting you'll see out there. Get him! Oh.
Well, never mind that. It's just the dog venturing into Wasteland.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one is, oh gosh, what is it? It's the sport from Blood of Heroes. It's, oh shit, I can't remember what it's called right now. And that's very unfortunate. But, Jugger. So they have Jugger, which is the sport from an old post-apocalyptic movie where they basically try to catch a skull from the other side, bring it back to theirs, and they beat the shit out of each other to prevent it. And they train throughout the year. That's real actual. I mean, they're using boffer weapons, but they're really going at it at the same time. I've seen some real injuries happen out there. I think a broken collarbone, and then at least 1 year someone's armor spontaneously combusted.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So there's a possible fire.
Oh, yeah.
They have fire out there, right? Like you're gonna see flames and things like that. It's gonna feel Mad Maxy like that too. Yeah.
Oh, and then before that, the last thing for combat, Thunderdome. Sign up for it in advance. That's one that you can participate in as just a person. You have to sign up for it about a month in advance. So check their website, find the Death Guild Thunderdome people on Facebook, or whatever, and then ask them for the information or keep an eye on their website for it. And you'll have to get the permission slip from them. Basically, you got to sign a waiver, and then when you get there, you sign another waiver. Basically, they want to have so much paperwork you can't sue them because they're in California.
Okay.
And because people get hurt on it.
Well, you're signing up to get hurt. What you're doing. So they're like, you signed up for this. Don't be an idiot. Don't sue us.
Yeah, it's a real Thunderdome. You're just not using real weapons, but you're definitely in a dome where you're suspended, hopping up and down.
So is there like a prize at that, or is that just for glory?
That is just for glory, and it is fucking awesome because the dome actually has people all over it, and it's a huge spectacle, so it's covered in people, and the people are fucking screaming and shit like that. You have announcers hyping it up when they strap you under spotlights, and you're the only two people out there. And every year I've done it, you just put on an awesome show. People love it. Like, I think last year I had like a scab or a scar or something on my forehead that broke open during the fight. And so I was like bleeding off of the forehead and stuff like that mid-fight. And people like were checking me like, you're right? Like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, wipe the blood off. I was like, ah, and then point a weapon at the guy. The crowd was like, yeah.
Now, is that something you need to, if you want to just be a participant watching, do you have to sign up a month?
Yeah, no, to participate and watch, you just get show.
Okay, cool. So
watching is awesome. Participating is exhausting.
I won't be participating in that, but I would watch that. That would be fun.
It's amazing. A massive adrenaline boost.
Yeah, one day.
I will be in the Thunderdome.
Yeah, one day.
You fucking crush them.
So, are there contests there?
Yes, there's multiple contests. There's a contest for the vehicles. There's a contest for bicycles. There's a contest for motorcycles. There's a contest for costumes. There's a wet t-shirt costume or contest. There's, I gotta
join that.
Oh yeah. They also have
winner chicken dinner.
I think they have a wet the wet trouser contest as well.
Oh
God. The last couple years.
Hey, winner for everyone.
So
eh?
yeah. So I think that's just whitey tighties and cold water. You know, work the same way. then there's
Well,
anyone
no,
can join
it
that.
works the opposite way.
Okay, okay, that's actually totally fair. All right.
Like that works the opposite way, but yeah, I
Yeah,
get
well,
where you're going.
Yeah, you gotta be brave, I guess. But hey, you know what? It's warm weather out there, so hey. And then they have a fashion show. They have Robot Wars competition out there.
Oh wow.
They had dildo races last year. That
Oh
was
god.
fun. You could bet on those. I think someone
You
accused
can
them
bet
of.
on those.
Yeah, you could bet on the dildo races. You have to use bottle caps, I think, but that's the unofficial currency out there, so it's totally legit. It's not
Nice.
real like thing, so it's not like illegal or
Yeah.
gambling or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then there is a gambling casino contest definitely there where you can go and gamble for bottle caps and gamble for bottle caps that you get from bounty hunting or whatever else. And yeah, shit like that.
The look on the dog's eyes right now was like, you asshole. You freaking threw it in the woods.
That's
Sorry.
the best. No, that's the best place to throw.
He was like,
because he's a shasty little bastard. He will.
he's going
gonna
for
find
it.
them.
Oh, yeah,
He's going
no.
for it.
Stick.
He likes it though.
Yeah, look at there he goes.
This guy hunts for shit in the woods. at
That way.
night.
Yep, he's got it.
You guys can see
Good
Coop
boy,
up
Coop.
there.
He's a good dog though. I take him, but no pets at Wasteland.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
another thing to mention.
Oh,
though.
there's a random tidbit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no pets at Wasteland.
No pets at Wasteland.
So get a pet sitter. Don't leave them at home.
Yeah, because they used to allow them. You can bring, if you have, a service dog, you can do that. But just make sure it's just.
I
a
can
service
see
dog,
why. Nobody wants to be stepping in, having fun. They step in dog crap. 'Cause,
Well, not just that, but like the last.
Or they bring their real guard dog. It's like, rah, 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 and you're like, oh crap.
Well, I mean, actually, what I've noticed the last several years that's been the worst is that the dogs get lost.
Oh.
And for at least once every 2 years, if people
Well,
have
they'll
been,
try to run home.
yeah, and then the person, I'll see a dog running around loose at Wasteland Weekend, and when it comes time to leave, and there's people who have lost their dogs at
Yeah.
Wasteland
Okay.
Weekend.
So leave the pets at home.
Yeah, so they don't allow it anymore just because if it's not a legitimate service dog who knows to be there, knows how to handle the stressful situations and everything else, and actually stick with it, they just can't take the risk anymore. 'Cause,
That makes sense.
yeah, it's just so many animals have gotten hurt that way, and that sucks. So
you said that there's camping there. What should you bring for camping? Is just a regular tent? Does the tent have to be in theme? Do you need throw something over it? Is that only if you're in the themed camping area?
yeah, if you're in theme, it's got to be in theme, and your campsite has to be in theme.
How much is in theme? Can you just spray paint the outside of your tent, or what is it that makes it look in theme?
But if it's new, it'll still be noticeable that it's new.
Yeah.
But if you spray paint your new tent and then throw a camo net over that or some other fabric kind of stuff, that works.
Okay.
You can build your own tent. Last year, I literally set up these two posts in a triangle,
Mhm.
and then I set walls like this out of fabric along them, and then put a cot inside on a floor, and then I just slept underneath that with a little camo net over the top.
Oh,
It was
wow.
very open air, but the weather out there is fine. I checked the forecast, everything was good. Usually doesn't rain. If it does, then my gear could go into a locker, and I'll just have to, stand underneath a camp somewhere. I'll hide in a Gold Crest Lounge.
Yeah.
Oh, well, right?
Yeah, nice.
What will I do, right? Now, there's plenty of cool places to go and hang out if it sprinkles a little bit. So, but yeah, and then bring shade. That's a big deal. Bring food. If you're not keen on cooking, bring food you can drink. Bring V8 juices or smoothies and stuff.
And drinking and all that's good there. You can drink. What about people who like to smoke a little bit? How do you get away with that?
So
what's the...
smoking, I guess, I don't know. Their official policy is always a little bit different every once in a while. But basically, I always smoke out there. The idea is that you want to keep it down low.
Okay.
Keep
it in your camp or whatever.
Yeah, well, exactly. If because I was smoking out there under a medical license, and they really didn't have a problem with that. But if if it is a problem, they have stated they.
Well,
the
I
federal
mean, laws in
enforcement.
different counties and this and that all
Yeah.
pertains. But I mean,
All that said, at the same time, if you want to smoke there, you can. Just don't do anything stupid. Just bring your own supplies, smoke it out there, and then keep it discreet.
nice.
I mean, there's still a lot of people there that are older crowd still. I'm not saying anything wrong with anything like that, but like it's
not everybody's changed with the times. And
yeah, and like Wasteland Weekend isn't like like a festival like Burning Man, where it's like it's not exactly one of those like drug friendly ones.
Yeah, you're not gonna. I'm assuming you're not gonna see 80 people on LSD.
No, exactly. You're not going to see anything like that. You're not going to see anything dedicated to drugs. The only like drugs that you see there that are regularly celebrated and used are alcohol and like tobacco.
Well, that goes with the theme,
And chrome.
anyways.
Huh?
And Chrome.
Oh,
And chrome.
And fucking chrome. That's
And
gotcha.
chrome.
You're fucking it
Everything
right
is
though.
shiny and chrome.
Can't forget the
Whoa.
chrome.
Oh, that's the most important one. That's the one you have right before you die.
So you may not know the answer to this last question. You may. What is like about the price range of tickets if you're thinking about going? Like, how much money, generally speaking, is it to purchase tickets? Not talking about all the extras that you're gonna want to have.
So like tickets are just flat. I think 200
Okay.
ish, and maybe 230 now. And that's it.
Wow. Okay.
There's-
So that's not bad at all.
Yeah, no, it's simple, super simple. You just make the single, and that's it. Includes camping, parking, the entire event. So, like what you were saying before, when it's like if you only go for one day, then fuck, you paid for the same price as everybody else did.
Oh, so they don't have day tickets. That's an answer to a question.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I was surprised to that one. I guess I should have mentioned at that time with that. Like, I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, so it's a flat rate for all the days, and doesn't you show up when you get there, and I think you can leave and enter the event to get supplies. They do allow that, so you can go get things at town and come back. So if you run short of things and you have a car, you can do that. And I think it's 30 miles away. Well, roughly, I'm not sure exactly. From the nearest town where you can get gas and supplies and all that.
Oh, and where is this at?
California City is the closest city to it. It's got a new location as of last year, so it's a bit weird. I don't remember it as well, but it is, basically 30 miles away from California City, which is between Bakersfield and Barstow.
So somewhere in the desert.
Yeah, Southern California. If you're
California City's that almost abandoned town, right?
yeah, it's the like massive city that has like
That
no one
almost
living
no
there.
one lives in. Yeah.
Yeah, where there's like county roads literally out in the middle of the desert that are maintained. It used to be on a county park, and that's why it's not there anymore, because we reached the city mandated capacity of the park in terms of population.
Do you
So
know if
we're
they have to
looking at,
declare themselves a town yet?
I have no idea, honestly.
So I know like Belgarth has this event in the East Coast named Ragnarok.
Oh,
And they get to like 2,000 people, right?
yeah.
So they have to declare themselves a town for a day. For that, not a day, for that event.
I think it does if they have a post office.
We might, yeah, because we have
Oh, you have an official post
We have an
office,
official
so
post
that
office,
would make
yeah.
it a town, yeah.
Yeah,
And they
and an official
already-
radio station as well. All of them are licensed by proper channels and everything else like that, so you can listen to Wasteland Radio through your own radios at the entire event. So you just have a little radio,
Wow.
and it tells you what time things are happening, events. And if you want, they don't advertise it as much, but I'm pretty sure they'll still do it. If you want to make like a radio advertisement, and then just for shits and giggles, and submit it to them, if they like it, they'll put it on the radio.
That's epic.
Yeah,
I love
so
that.
they do cool stuff like that all the time. So, but yeah, so and yeah, that's it. Like, there's not. I mean, the vendor, if you want to do vending, that's like I think it's $50 extra to get into that, and then you have to check out their website for sure, because they have a special process that you have to go through to get approved. It's not difficult. And you can get the license stuff from state of California for free, so it's not like it's any more than just a 50. And besides that, it's just the money you spend. I can't think of anything else. I don't know what ticket prices are for performers or entertainers.
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't done that
no.
one yet,
Hey, you
but-
gave us so much information. You like really were like just a well of information.
Oh, prices. I should also mention for tickets then. It's a little bit late in the season, but a really important thing is volunteering.
Okay.
If you volunteer, you get in for free. If you do a 16-hour shift, do an
Okay.
8-hour shift, then you get in at half price off your ticket. And you submit your application to the Wasteland site for volunteering, And if they're interested, they'll send you something back, and then they'll let you know so that you get your comped ticket or you get your discounted ticket.
So see, that's great.
So-
If you're wanting to see this, but you're like, well, I don't have the money, but I've got all the gear, then go volunteer for 16, 18 hours, and you got this.
Yeah, and volunteering is awesome. I've been doing it every year I've been there. First year, not really officially, but I was just helping them out as much as I could and spent a lot of time with the volunteers anyway. But yeah, and it's a great way to meet people and kind of get used to the event and sort of have an excuse to get out and about and just kind of see what's going on, you know, and be involved and be a part of it. And you know, maybe you're part of the fire tending crew, so you get to spend the night, making sure that the fire pits are burning out at the Wasteland, and there's dancers around the fire pits, so you get to socialize and say hi to people. You're basically just the guy who throws wood on the campfire at the party.
But hey, now you're the guy that everybody likes because you're keeping the fire going. So
And
there
you do that for 16 hours and you get in for free.
That's great.
I mean, how
That's
hard is that,
absolutely
right?
great. So if you want to contact Chris Casner, AKA Captain Asshole, myself, or Bear, and we do, like I said, the custom bikes and custom costumes, actually. I'm totally into that as well. Go ahead and you can DM me. I will leave the link below. Or if you want to get a hold of him, he is Chris Casner from Mariposa on Facebook. Again, I'm going to leave the link for that below. Is there anything I missed? Anything?
No, I mean, there's so much. I mean, there's so much there to cover. Like, it's like, I guess maybe just the last thing to say about it would be like, it looks intimidating from the outside before you get there. It totally does, because the level of costumes and like vehicles and just polish on everything has gotten like ridiculous. But remember, all these people, they started like a long time ago.
Makes it more worth it, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they start out with shitty costumes too. Their costumes are awesome because they've been there forever, working on these things for like 6 goddamn years. And additionally, they're all amazing, awesome people who are just want to welcome it more people, and just like it's a place where, like, if it looks like it's home, then trust me, it is. Don't be scared of it. Like,
I love that.
so-
If it looks like a home, it probably is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for
Awesome,
being
no
on the
problem.
show.
Thanks
It's
for
we're
having
having you. And yeah, like I said, if you guys need anything, click the link below. Go ahead and DM us if you want more info on this. And yeah, we'll all see you next time. Bye.
Sweet. And then we hit a nuclear.